You're live. Hey, we're live. Awesome. Let's see what other stupid stuff can happen. Look. Welcome. Welcome to the show. We live. We are live. All right. As you can see behind me, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're late. We're 20 minutes late because, hey, guess what? Webcaster decided to die again. Awesome. So at least we got one good week out of it, and that seems to be it. So we're going to do what we can to get your comments and read that. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. So we went live yesterday, answered a bunch of comments. We're going to be live again Monday to answer a bunch of comments. Let's talk about the cool new PAC stuff. We have two guys here. They're going to help me talk about it. We have Nathan.
Hey, Kyle.
We have Kyle. Which I got totally wrong yesterday. I'm sorry. Hop into the frame. If you can't see yourself in the picture, they can't see you. All right. So you guys have met Nathan before on the live show on Facebook. Go ahead and tell us. You're wearing a PAC shirt. Who are you, Nathan?
I'm the VP of Integration for AMP Global, namely PAC.
So everything that happens with PAC is his fault.
Yeah.
And you are?
I'm engineering technician and technical support for AMP Global. My name is Kyle Spurlock.
So basically what that means is that when he says go make this product and then the engineers go, he goes with the engineers and it's his job to put the stuff in the car and make sure validation and make sure the stuff works. So when it doesn't work, it's these guys' fault.
That's right.
You're new though, so it's not really your fault. You haven't had a chance to do anything
I tell
yet.
the people that there's a problem and
He hasn't done much damage yet.
I'd say it's your fault.
So we got a couple things we're going to talk about today. We got an Amp Pro thing over here, which was a total tease. It's total tease. Total tease.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about an Amp Pro product, but he's telling me we can't talk about it yet.
Sorry.
So not super secret, has to do with Dodge. Super secret thing yet has to do with Dodge and 8-inch screen. Anyways, we'll talk about it when he's not here on Monday. But then we also have new dash kits that we're going to talk about. And you're saying, wait a minute, this is an old dash kit. We've had this one before. And then, ooh, look at that dash kit. Ooh, look at that one over there. That's a Chrysler, right?
That's a Ram truck.
Look at that. So, what these basically are, this is the Ford F-150. So you guys that have the non-JBL, Toyota non-JBL yet? Anything Toyota non-JBL?
Toyota non-JBL?
Yeah. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Not
That doesn't even have the bus to do it, does it?
It might be on IE bus, but it doesn't have.
Yeah. So, like in the GM, we can fake it because it's actually there on the most bus circuit.
Right.
And that's what the Amp Pro is doing in the non-Bose switch number 3 that we don't put in the instruction manual is doing. Toyota doesn't have that capability yet, so.
Right.
Anyways, back to this. So this is the new F-150 kit. Now you guys have seen us do plenty of F-150s, but then you see this guy right here. Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, flip the screen,
that.
Nathan. What do we have? Oh, is that gauges?
Yes,
gauges.
it is
Oh, that's gauges. Now I really wanted to zoom in on this, so hang on. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So we're using the phone again today, so you guys know what
Selfie
torture
style.
that is. So I don't mean to make anyone sick. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Hang on. All right. Let me pull this out. Now, hey, there we go.
There
All
we
right,
go.
show
All
me
right.
what we got, Nathan.
So this is our 5.2-inch widescreen to give us the climate control graphics, right? So this is just a dummy panel. So, but when it's in production and in your car, when you turn the knobs, everything here will adjust, right? So you turn the fan up, this will go up. Right now, the GUI is working. We can show you.
So what Ford F-150 are they going to have that's going to require this kit that we've been anxiously awaiting?
So this is for the 2015 to 2018 F-150 or 17 to 19 Super Duties with the 8-inch radios.
So that big 8-inch radio that sucks, we'll be able to take that out and put that in. Scroll through those screens again.
Yeah, so you've got the climate control screen,
Yep.
and you've got a camera control screen.
So we'll be able to add cameras to this?
Yeah, you can add up to 5 driver safety, well 4, add 4. You have your backup camera, right? You can add front and side cameras and
Now,
a bed cam if
Will
you
that
want.
work in any radio through the reverse camera input and you'll just
Yes.
switch it through that?
That's correct.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can
So
select
it's like a
the
BCI
camera by-
41.
just like that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So you want to see the right camera, force that, or you want to see what's going on in the bed of your truck. You want to check out your ATV, make sure she's still there.
Oh, that is cool.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff. When you want to do all of the cameras, we have an extra harness that you purchase for it. But
Right.
That's in all of our product.
And that'll
kit.
pop you. Oh, backup sensors.
Yep.
So those the factory backup sensors working?
So yeah, what this is it's retaining the factory parking sensors.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we just put it on this display. It's normally on that factory
Yep.
screen. Next, we have performance gauges. So when this product launches in toward the end of July, maybe August,
Okay.
we may not have the gauges at that time, but they will come as a firmware update.
Yeah, that makes sense.
right.
Get the most important thing out.
And then this is an example of one style of gauges, and then this is another style of
The
gauge
old, that looks like a Corvette. That's the old
yeah,
Corvette.
or S2000 also.
Oh, Jesus.
So now if you go to
Whoa,
the
okay.
left, if you go
Okay.
to the left of the climate control, this is going
Yes.
to be the default screen. But
Yes.
if you go left, you can also scroll up and down here. You can adjust the factory ambient lighting.
Oh, okay.
you
Good call.
can adjust things like you can do firmware updates. You can adjust the steering wheel control functions of our interface.
Okay.
You can set different parameters for the cameras, and then you have vehicle settings. So you can go in there and adjust those things.
Those were all the settings that were in the factory radio.
factory
We're
radio.
retaining them.
You got it. And then this is
that's
another cool feature here under the sound menu. This is the settings of the factory Sony amplifier. So if you have a vehicle with the factory Sony system, we will retain that factory amplifier, and then
Okay.
we restore all of those settings as well for you to adjust.
Oh, that is too cool. All right, don't mean to make anyone sick. Sorry. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we went wide again. We got more buttons on here.
Yeah. Go ahead. Kyle.
No, talk.
So these buttons are going to be selectable or programmable. You can do like
Never
camera
talk
forcing camera
loud.
functions.
Do you have an MSRP on this yet? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's
It's a good-
$549, I think.
550. Good guess. Good guess at 500. Okay, go back to the buttons.
So you'll be able to force cameras on these buttons. A few other ideas we're tossing around for what they're going to be able to do, but they will be programmable.
And
Also
what about
be
lights? Relay lights.
Yeah, that's
Fog
a
lights.
future. That's a future product that
future product.
we will offer as a
Upgrade?
like a switch box.
Okay.
That you'd have another screen on here that you could swipe to, and then you'd have a bunch of switches that you could.
So it's easy enough to add in things to populate into the screen.
Yeah.
So that's your baby, right?
Yeah.
The software. You guys are working.
Oh yeah, we do everything. With PAC, we do everything from the plastic to the circuit boards to the firmware that runs on the circuit boards to the software to the, to the graphics that you see on the
Right.
display.
Well, that's cool.
We do it all. These
Alright.
buttons are cool too. They're proximity sensing. So when you go to, there's no label on these buttons, right?
Right.
So what we did is we engineered them that when you get close to the button, this again is just a demo piece. It doesn't have the latest firmware on it, but when you get near the button, it will rise up from the bottom a small label,
Oh.
right? That you can tailor
Okay.
to the function, right?
Like a
So-
prompt tab.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
And you don't have to wait for that to come up. You could just hit the button if you know
I was
what
gonna say,
that
hopefully it
function
works.
is.
Hopefully it works
Yeah.
better than my Windows touchscreen that I love so
There you
much.
go.
I hate it. I had to have John shut it off for me.
And then some other features of this kit is that it works on the entire range of vehicles, other than the very, very base model vehicle
Well, yeah.
in this mix. But there's two different climate control configurations. There's a premium, which has this extra row of buttons, and then there's a manual or a standard one, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't have this. So what we did is this bottom portion here,
Oh,
it's a seam. and
Yeah,
that
I was
is-
looking at that going. Was
Yeah,
it,
you can
I
take that off
thought it
and
was
put
for
the
like
other one on.
packaging or something.
No,
Yeah,
it's,
look at that.
it's swappable.
So
You
if
also
this
have
doesn't
those
look
little
like the
here.
one you have in your dash, have no fear, it will work on both.
Yep.
That's
Same with
pretty
the
cool.
buttons up top up here. Some come with 2, some come with 3 from factory.
Yeah,
We
I've seen
make
the
it where
3.
you can use either.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
an insert right here.
All
That's
right.
what that seam is. Yeah.
Well, that's too cool.
Yeah.
So, and then the The RAM is
The
going to
RAM
work
will
very
be-
similar.
Yeah, it's going to come probably 2 months after the launch of this.
Okay.
All of the display functions are going to be very similar. It'll have the same kind of feature set,
Yeah.
same kind of camera control. The proximity buttons, programmable buttons are offset
Hello from
2
Alaska.
and 2, right?
Yep.
But it has that same kind of function with those as well.
And then we're going to have a Durango and a Grand Cherokee also.
Yeah, and they all have that same kind of style, and they all have the same touchscreen.
So
5.2.
for those of you that were asking me about a Durango a couple weeks back, be patient.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
From
A nice one.
It'll be compatible with 14 to 19, and the same for the Grand Cherokee, and the RAM kit goes from 13 to 19.
Speaking of Rams, seems to be a hot button topic lately, the 2019 Dodge Ram.
Very hot topic.
Very hot topic. and basically on the base model 2019 Ram. What's up from Cali? Because it has a fake engine noise. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with fake engine noise, are they going to make one for the Ford Explorer?
You know, that is probably the most requested Ford vehicle next to the trucks, so quite possibly, but it's not in the works right now.
It's not on the whiteboard yet to answer that question. What about the Honda Odyssey, man? You can do anything for the Honda Odyssey, Honda Accord.
We
When
haven't
are gonna
been
do
to
some
Honda in a while.
We are going to get back to Honda.
Please get back to Honda.
and Nissan.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we realize this is Florida, so everyone's got a Ford F-150s, but it's it's a big country. Anyways, so we were talking about fake noise, and the 2019 Dodge Ram with the base model truck has fake noise, probably because it's got a small engine. Either way, up until now, it's been kind of a weird, no one has a solution. And I know I'm not supposed to talk about this, but you guys are working on a solution.
Yeah, we are. There's an ANC module in the vehicle that causes it.
Automatic noise canceling.
Yeah.
So underneath the driver's seat, there's a little box that looks like an amplifier.
It's
Now,
not.
it's not. It's actually the fake engine noise. And it can be looped, which you've figured out.
Yeah, so you basically bypass it like you would BMW noise module or
They're
something.
not going to know that one.
Okay.
But so there is a harness that is makeable. You guys are going to be coming out with a
It
harness.
is
Well,
makeable.
what harness was that you were using to make the right harness?
You can basically take an APH-CH01 harness that's
Okay.
used to plug into factory amplifiers
Yep.
in the previous body style
Pins
vehicles.
do not match at all.
Not at all.
Nothing matches at all.
You gotta
However,
de-pin them and reconfigure it entirely to get the bypass to work.
and you guys watch me de-pin and repin stuff all the time. And of course, the favored de-pinning tool, you can pick up the cool Delphi de-pinning tool. And where do you pick it up? D&F tool drawer, of course. Pick one of those up, and that'll make it real easy for you to repin and de-pin. Remember, you don't have to. The wires just have to match up. They don't, if you're not worried about color, then it's okay. But if you're working on a 2019 Ram, or you're trying to get work done on a 2019 Ram, the only fear is you just have to connect those wires. There's a data wire underneath there too, but that doesn't have to get retained.
Actually, you should retain the CAN
Is there a
lines
loop?
and
Is
the
there a
const-
loop?
It's on the data bus.
Okay.
So if factory, like if a dealership plugs in their scanner and
Yeah.
they're trying to read fault codes and stuff, it's likely going to pick up fault code if you don't
Okay.
retain that on the CAN bus.
So
So
just-
So is there a
Pass
loop
every
through
circuit.
on the?
there will be if we are making a harness for that. And
Making a harness. Okay, so in other words, if we have harness A has 10 wires in it, harness B has 10 wires in it, we can connect 10 wires together. It's a pain, but it's doable, and you can use that harness to do it.
yeah, you're gonna retain the connection for constant ground, CAN high and CAN low, and then there's just speaker wires
8
and
speaker
ANC,
wires.
ANC wires for the microphones. You can leave all those disconnected and just loop the speaker wires through, and you're good to go.
So another question would be, if I just wanted to grab the 8 speaker wires to go high level into an amplifier, could I just grab those there and not worry about it?
You could
If I put
grab
some-
it from. Are you talking about the output of the ANC or the?
No, the input. I could grab the input, right?
Yes, you could.
And just put load resistors on it and call it a day?
From what we found, it doesn't need them.
Doesn't need load resistors.
Mhm.
Really?
It's a pretty bad factory EQ on those lines, though.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately at the moment we don't have a cool box that we can plug into that factory radio and all of a sudden make it have a preamp section.
If
Only we did.
If only.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday, soon. Or if we took two modules currently and flashed one, BCI 41, to be a Dodge Ram, and then we took a Amp Pro and connected the two together. Oh man,
I don't know how that
they're never coming back on the show again, guys. All right, so next up on the list of cool things to talk about is this guy right here. Now, you guys have seen the Camaro kit. That we've had this in the line for how many years have you been making this kit?
About 2 or 3 years now.
So the thing that made this Camaro kit one of my favorite things was because it retained these cool knobs here and made it look like the factory Camaro does. And if you're a Camaro guy like myself, those knobs are cool. And when you had to switch it out and go to buttons, it was like, this sucks.
Spongy buttons are not cool.
Well, no, and they're not, they don't, it sucks.
That's our next shirt.
Spongy buttons are not cool? Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
So the kit itself isn't new, but the thing across the bottom here is. So what have you guys done?
Go ahead.
So we've got the factory style knobs that you can that come with the kit, or you can buy it without them with the kit, or you can buy them separately. So if
Yeah.
All right.
We've engineered our own knobs. They look exactly like the factory ones.
Yes,
so
they do.
They can be used either with our kit or now there's
Other kits that are,
on the market
yeah.
that need knobs, so you could use them with that. You could also use them to replace the factory knobs on a factory radio.
If they go bad.
Because GM does not sell the knobs separately. You'd have to buy a whole new radio face.
So really the cool thing about this is all those guys that bought that other kit and then got rid of their factory radio and they've been wanting to have this kit.
Right.
And they couldn't.
Yep.
So if you're one of those poor unfortunate souls, now I'm thinking of Ariel, Little Mermaid. So if you're one of those poor unfortunate souls that has one of those kits with the buttons and you're like, man, I just wish I could put that kit in because it looks more factory, you can do that now because you can get the kit with the knobs already in there. Now, being able to do that opens up a whole bunch of possibilities for other manufacturers, I'm assuming. Like maybe the box sitting next to you. This one, this box. Being able to make knobs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. On this.
Stop looking at the feed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. You took a left turn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what you're getting at, but
What I'm getting
these
at
are
is
the
having
factory
the
ones.
technology, the technical ability to make this, to have that made.
Yes.
It was a big deal.
Yes, because it is quite complex.
Yeah,
If
trust me, every
if you
time I
buy
do
one,
one,
when you look at them, there's a
because those two little pins, the
there's
four
a
little
ton of parts
pins.
in there. There's
those
what are
scare
called
the-
light guides
Yeah.
that
Little moving
transmit.
tabs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Oh.
transmit the light from
I've
the
had them.
LEDs.
Yeah, I've had them do that, and I'm just sitting there going, oh my
Yeah.
god. Just
Yeah.
Like with tweezers, bending them back in the right shape, and it's like, oh,
Nice.
this
Oh,
totally
man.
sucks.
Yeah.
But going forward, that's not going to be a problem.
No, it's not.
When you have to build something more complex.
Right, like these kits.
Yes.
These kits, so
That
these
would
are the
retain the
factory climate controls.
Correct.
Right? You take them out and you put them
Yep,
into our kit.
just like
right?
the other Ford kit that we've filmed
Correct.
dozens of times.
22 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is our first one with a really nice button assembly. That comes with.
So those are not the factory buttons.
No, these are not the factory buttons. We are
Oh.
manufacturing those buttons.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
they look really, really sharp.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That's a great.
I thought they were the factory buttons.
Yeah. And
Okay.
So
So
I wish
even
we had the.
even on the one
first
Durango, I'm sorry you
photo.
guys can't see that, but these buttons here in the bottom, these are you're making those
Yep.
too.
Everything you see there, we're
Oh.
making. Yeah.
Oh hell.
Yeah. So it
All
comes with
right, so
everything.
that's awesome. We're really stepping up the game, guys.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so I know we've kind of been ignoring you guys. I apologize for that. We just kind of wanted to get this stuff out there and talk about it. What's up from Kentucky?
Sound is cutting.
Sound is cutting out. Okay, so it's not gonna be a perfect show today as much as I wanted it to be. There again, this wonderful toy that we use that cost me a fortune. This webcaster is just.
Don't throw it.
Apparently, it's not their problem. It's everyone else's problem. So we're trying to talk loud today, right, Nathan?
Yes.
Okay. So fire away with your questions. We have one more surprise that's underneath the table. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Subaru Amp Pro, pretty pleased. You guys even looked at Subaru at any point in time?
No, Subaru.
It's small.
It's like the Northwest is like the hub of Subaru. It seems like.
Yeah. Well, remember this is the world.
Yeah.
Hammer time. Okay.
Yes,
do you make something?
2018 Camry. Well, it's coming. It'll be AP4 TY13.
That's right.
And you gotta have the JBL system.
You do have to have the JBL system.
Jeff's testing that right now in his car.
And the cool thing is you can install that one. That one will be the first Amp Pro that installs at the amplifier.
Really?
So that you don't have to take that dash apart.
No APH harness.
Thank God.
Yes.
No, so it's coming with the amp integration harness. No, yes.
Well, no,
It's a
we
T
have
harness
an
there.
amp integration harness already available for that model.
We
It's
do.
the
Okay.
APHTY04, I believe it is.
West Virginia is also for Subarus.
Ah,
Just wanna
there
let
you
you
go.
know.
All right, on.
Okay, so that one's going in the back.
Hey,
13, 17
That's
Accord. Funny, we just had that conversation yesterday. So there again, you're clear as day. Thank you. So let's talk about like all these cars that they're asking for. It's awesome, and it's like we know, but what is the criteria?
That Trans Am, yes.
Yes.
SWI CP2.
Okay, there you go. So what is the criteria for something to get onto the board, so to speak, as far as on the list of things to do? Like right now, there's a couple things on the list that are coming. This is obviously off the list now because these are almost done products.
Yeah.
So we actually have a date and we're ready to go. But there's a ton of products that are still in that alpha, in that we just wrote it on the whiteboard stage. How does a product get onto that list?
A lot of it is dealer feedback, and then we take that feedback. We look at what is going on with production.
Subarus are just going to start
I
throwing
know
up
they're
there.
going to keep going at us.
And Nissans, man. Keep
we'll,
going. I'm sorry.
We'll cross-check. If we get requests right from dealers,
Yes.
if they're seeing it in their bays, that's a really good sign that it's a viable product, right? If we get more than one guy,
Guy.
right?
So when I'm
Yeah.
doing this, like, God damn, it's Dean again.
Yeah, right.
Wonderful, Dean. Great. Okay.
And then we have some data that we can then check the production data of vehicles,
Right.
To
See how many were made.
See how many are manufactured. How are they outfitted?
Yep.
Right. And
We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Just hold on to
the Wrangler.
Yeah. Just hang on to that. We're getting there.
Yep.
Keep going. Keep going.
Actually, if that's for amplifier integration, our Amp Pro works on that today.
Yes.
If it has premium.
Alpine.
Yeah.
If it has. Gee, wouldn't that be wonderful if you could just plug into the non-premium system easily and just get a preamp section, kind of like the GM does? Notice me blinking? Boy, that would be really cool.
That would be.
Maybe if somebody was out validating it to see if that actually would work in cars, I don't know, or that technology even existed.
Saying.
Just saying.
Oh, no comment.
And we're gonna make a double dang kit for BM. Okay, I'm not. That other channel we talk about, those other guys that make dash kits, check them. They made a whole bunch of new BMW stuff that they're getting from a company in Europe.
We got a BMW interface, the RP 4.2-BM21.
So that work in the 4 though? The 4?
Works in,
We have to check.
works in
Yeah.
a handful of BMWs.
Yeah.
It works on quite a few.
Yeah.
We haven't
I just
been in
remember.
them
I just
lately.
remember beta testing the BMW harnesses. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
That's
good.
always
That was always
entertaining.
good. Anyways, so it makes it onto the whiteboard. Now, okay, let's talk about why the questions are. You guys can ask questions. We're trying to answer some of them. But when a product conception to reality, how many years?
How many years? It depends on the complexity of the product. The shortest possible that we really ever see is about 6 months, and you're probably gonna laugh because
Kia
you've probably
Stinger.
never seen that.
I've never seen anything happen
I
in
know.
6 months.
I
mean,
something like an integrated kit can take like 15 months, 18 months. Depends.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, the 13 to 17 Accord has been something I've been begging for a while, and yes, they know it's there, and it's just a matter of time. You know, you guys know you need that kit.
I'm on the wait list.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we got? I pulled my PAC LC1 off my amp and noticeably louder. Well, anytime you use a high-low adapter, it is
LC1,
not
that's a level control.
level control. Oh, we had bad level control. All right, let's read the rest of that. That was good. And my subwoofers are now noticeably louder, to the point that my gains had to be turned down due to clipping. Why is this? Lower voltage through the LC1? Does that have a limit? Do you know if that has a...
It limits it at the
even
maximum
wide
point
open?
on the knob. It's still the same as what's coming in.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was a
should
pass-through.
pass. Yeah, it should
Yeah.
pass. That's
There's zero
interesting.
resistance on the potentiometer
Yeah,
inside.
I didn't think so.
It's
You
wide
might
open.
have just had a bad unit. I mean, at the end of the day, because we use those all the time, and it's never been... I mean, but yeah, it could be a bad unit.
Yep, try another.
Try another, or leave it the way you had it, and bass knobs. All right, so we've teased you guys long enough because we know. Yes, okay, yes, Thomas.
Wow, well
We've
timed.
teased you long enough. Give us a second. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move these out of the way because we need this space, so we should just be able to unplug the little speaker connectors there. I'm going to unplug power.
Yeah, unplug that.
Yep, there we go. And then we'll do that. Get those bad boys out of the way. Show and tell is fun, right? Okay, so let me grab something over here. Okay. I know. Work with us here, people. Hold on. You're getting ahead of yourself. Put that away.
Here, I'll put it this way.
Yeah, put it that way. Okay. So this is your baby. Not really.
No,
Okay. So we'll tell a story. It's story time with Nate and Dean.
Yeah.
So many years ago, we were walking through the mall parking lot, and you said, "Hey, man,
We got something.
I got something I want to show you after dinner." And I said, "Okay." So we went out to the car.
Doesn't sound too good.
Okay. Wife and kids were all there. All right.
Mhm.
So, anyways. Wow, you're a pervert. So he goes, "I got something I want to show you." And I said, "Okay." And he whipped this out.
And it's 8 inches.
It's 8 inches of fun mounted in his dash.
Oh, God.
And he lights it up and it says Stinger and he's all excited and we started talking about it. And that was many years ago. And we're finally to the point now where this product is
Very close. to
is
full
on the
scale
doorstep.
launch.
There are
Yes.
people that have it.
Yep.
And then there are people that can't get it at the moment. Anyways, I won't even throw that one out there. So this is Elevate. This guy right here. Oh, whoa. Now there's a couple different reasons why you guys make this.
Yes.
It's not just to make a radio.
Correct.
There's other companies that make plenty of radios out there. Pioneer, Kenwood, Alpine, Sony, all those guys. They all make radios.
Mm-hmm. They're a little deeper than that.
Well, they are a little deeper than that. But you guys make the dash kit integration harnesses that go into the cars.
Right.
So if the radio manufacturers decide they want to do something silly, that kind of puts you guys in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't want to include you because let's say they wanted to go to your competitor, Pioneer.
Right.
Anyways, so you get left out. So being able to control your own destiny is a good thing.
Absolutely.
And this is the first step in doing that. Now, this allows you guys to make a radio format any way you want. In this case, you went super thin because cars going forward are just screens. Whether you love the floating screen or not, yes, the knob.
Right.
And it's funny you mentioned the knobs because I was thinking about that this morning because I was thinking about what you said about Eric and the shape and because someone had made a comment, I wish it was square, and I was like, well, if it was square, it couldn't have knobs. Or rectangular, it wouldn't have knobs. And let's be honest, one of the things that you guys often talk about, oh, see, look at that, is knobs. You guys go, oh man, I really wish it had knobs. This has knobs. Now the nice thing is, it looks cool this way. It also looks cool this way. Okay. And going forward, that's going to be important. Now we grab, okay.
Very smooth.
Very smooth. Very smooth. And actually, we have a closer one that we can look at. All right, I want you guys to see this. Now, there's going to be a handful of you guys out there that know what this is. And then you're going to be like, is that what I think? No, that can't be.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're going to be like, oh, what is this? Okay, what it looks like a headrest, right? It kind of, it's like, it's no. So if you have a Camaro, new Camaro, not the old one with the cool air conditioning knobs that we just took a look at, this is for a new Camaro.
16 to 19.
16 to 19. Okay. So this is I wanted to bring this out. So this is the brain box. So everyone, you know, short chassis all the way, all the love. But this is the brain box for the radio. Navigation, SD card goes here. All the cables plug into the back here. Now let's talk about this guy for a second, because this has a lot of things that you guys are just going, oh man, I wish the radio had this. I wish the radio had this. Guess what? This has it. So right off the bat, dual USB. Yay.
Yay.
Okay. HDMI input. Wow, like old Alpines. Yeah, but this guy right here, I want to get close to this. Some of you guys are going to know exactly what that is. Do anybody know what that is? Stretch. Go ahead. Someone tell me what that is. Upside down volume. Yes.
Etch-a-sketch. No.
It's okay though, man. It's got knobs.
Yep.
Optical. That's right. So for all you guys are saying, why can't a radio have an optical? That's right. This has an optical. So you'll be able to plug into it and go directly right into your DSP. How cool is that? Now,
Phoenix Gold DSP, of course.
Phoenix Gold DSP has optical input.
Yep.
Now, what's cool is, so this guy right here, for those of you guys that have never done, is it aptX Bluetooth? Do you know? I can't remember.
Yes.
What it, oh, it is. It is.
Support that.
Does support aptX. Okay. So this cable here, there's two of these. There's a USB looking cable, and then there's this guy right here. And when you buy the regular one, this one here, it comes with 18 inches. I think it's 18 inches.
Yeah.
18 inches.
The
So the brain can mount 18 inches. That box can be 18 inches away. But they sell a kit that allows you have a kit now that is, what, 3 feet long?
Yeah. 3 or 4.
3 or 4 feet long.
It is.
This one is for the Camaro, because what happens is in the Camaro, the radio is actually, you know where the radio is mounted in the Camaro?
It's above the passenger kick.
That's right. Good job.
And that fits right into the factory mount.
And
Of
optical
the
is
factory
variable, by the way. A lot of people ask that.
Mhm.
It is variable. So you don't have to use a DRC for a DSP to control the volume. You can control it from the radio.
It is not going to have fader, so don't ask. 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't
It's
do
only
that.
two
Optical,
left,
no
right.
fade.
Yeah. So with this, brain can go anywhere. Screen, super thin. Now, if you've got the crappy Camaro 7-inch screen,
Jeez, looked like you were gonna toss it.
You have the hook grip.
I was
like
going
it's
for the
from
holes, man.
hard.
This is a beta, by the way. There's only like 2 of these that exist, so
right.
it's like Bumblebee from Transformers over here. Don't scratch it, God, we only got 2 of them. Anyways, so this is gonna open up a whole new realm of possibility. This is actually, yeah, okay. Is this even the same? Okay. This is gonna open up a whole new realm of possibilities. So now, since you guys are a kit manufacturer, you're a harness manufacturer, and a radio manufacturer, you can do this. Do we know?
And an
So,
integration company.
okay, so now the cool thing is when you buy this, just like when you're buying the F-150 kit or the old Camaro kit, old Camaro kit, God. Right? Anyways,
Yeah,
I have an old
yeah,
Camaro.
upgrade.
It comes with everything in the kit aside from the radio.
Correct. It
So,
comes
Comes with the harness.
Yep.
Comes with the
all
mounts.
the
Comes
harnesses.
with the kit.
So the vehicle harness to the radio.
Or
so
all
it just
set and
plugs
plug in?
right in. Yeah.
Plug and play?
That connections are already going to be
Everything's gonna
done.
be in there.
The electronic interface, the PAC interface, will be included in the kit.
Now the one question I had was this actually, no, it's not going to be RR compatible.
No,
Correct.
It's
No.
going to be PAC Link compatible, which is our technology for similar to the Maestro technology.
I think that was going to be the next question I was going to ask. So I have a buddy of one of our good customers has this Camaro, and he's really excited about this. But he's got the 8-inch screen with the.
Yeah, it works on both.
Now will he be able to retain his features?
Yes.
Is that that's the PAC link?
The PAC link to the interface. So the interface is going to be responsible for communicating all of the vehicle information to the radio screen, right?
So he'll be able to control his ambient lights and all that fun stuff.
All the vehicle settings will be controllable from the Elevate.
There's also a data connection on one of these connectors back here.
Yeah, it's in the box. There's an expansion port for your stuff. Okay, so 2018 Challenger. When's that one coming out, Nathan?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about this format. If I'm not
it's a
mistaken,
single DIN. The Challenger, yes.
It's also a challenging install, right?
Is it challenging to install for depth? Like a lot of people are doing halos and using the RR type stuff for it. So it's just a matter of you guys making that. But since you mentioned Chrysler, the second kit that's going to be coming out, which I don't have the cool version of that because apparently there's only one of them, is Johnny, it's the Jeep JL. Do we have
your audience is
it's almost like a lot of people want that one.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, well, you got to remember this is a mix of consumers and dealers. So, and Johnny is a dealer. He's in Texas, so he's the one that made me my cool 26.2 with the 4 turds. I had to poop 4 times. All right, it was a long run.
Wow.
Hey man, it's a long run. Have you run 26.2 miles yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'd be motivated if I had
Installer life. There you go. So the Jeep JL is going. Dude, I totally got my hands on this.
No, I just want to tell you something else about this one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Talk about
Yeah. Sorry,
So,
I'm getting ahead of it.
You see this
Fernando took the day off.
strip
Yeah. Okay.
right here along the top?
Yep.
If you have the, I forget what they call it, it's like an ambient lighting package for the newer Camaros,
Yeah, shush.
You can take that off of the factory radio and install it into our mounting kit here, and it supports it. So you don't lose that feature of that factory radio.
Because nobody likes to lose lighting.
I know.
Especially when you can make it pretty colors. Do PAC make harnesses for 2016 Sonatas?
Somebody mentions amp. People's jaws are dropping as you swing this thing around carelessly.
Only one, and he's not watching because he probably doesn't know what YouTube is. So back to the JL. Well, okay, so ship date on all of these is probably going to be real similar. We're still
toward the end of the year.
Yeah, we're still. This is still a beta kit. Okay, they're still working on the kit. We just got lucky enough to where I said, "Hey, man," and they're like, "Oh." And I was like, yes, let's just tell people, okay? Let's let the cat out of the bag and get people excited that, look, you're going to be able to do this, especially in a Jeep, because right now the only version for the Jeep is going to be that other company, Alpine, and theirs is going to be $2,500. Yours is going to be considerably less. Because, I mean, what's retail on an Elevate?
$699?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like $699. And so then a kit, you figure
you're going to be it's much less.
Yeah,
you're going to be half.
You're going to be probably more than half the price.
Less.
So that'll be cool. And it has knobs. Yes, so it will have knobs. So that'll be nice. There again. So now I'm going to set this down because I know I'm making everyone nervous. So in the Jeep, it works the same way. What are you going to?
I was just going to show how this is going to install.
Yeah, go ahead. Get close.
Radio. It has these hooks at the top, and then it has 2 screws at the bottom, and that's what this little cover's for. So it's going to just clip into the dash. You put those 2 screws in, and then snap this panel on, and you're good to go.
All right,
it's really easy to get in and out. I've done it like
we got some family here, and we need to get by because we have a pee break.
You can go behind,
or you can go right by. Just go straight ahead.
Say hi, Nathan.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Nathan. Hi, Sue.
That's great.
Wow. So, steering wheel control integration, of course. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, as with all of our integrated kits that we were talking about earlier, our Elevate kits are going to give you everything. We're going to retain everything that you need. You're not going to have to add a steering wheel control interface to it. It's going to do it all out of the box. OnStar will be retained. Everything.
So yes, the current Amp Pro works on the JLs right now.
AP4 CH41.
That's right.
Works on it as long as it's the premium amplified system.
Yeah, because the one for the non-premium amplified system doesn't exist yet. Anyways, so and if you guys ever wonder where these silly model numbers come from,
Yeah, my fault.
it's this guy right here.
It's him.
This guy, dude. I remember
We're gonna make
the
a promotional decoder ring.
yeah. Well, no, the
for
worst ones
dealers.
were the Stinger. When you came out with the Stinger, does the Amp Pro have remote turn on output? Yes,
Yes,
it does.
Mhm.
It totally has remote turn on output. Can you control sound through the fiber optic? So basically, what they're asking is a flat sound through fiber optic?
You
It's
can
just
change
right.
it.
It's
You're
just
talking
no.
about on the elevator or
Yeah,
on
on
the
this.
Camaro?
Yeah.
On the
Flat
elevate,
sound.
there's
there's equalizer.
there's
Is that
equalizer,
what you-
time alignment.
Yeah.
There's all of
Yeah,
that.
all
built
of
in.
And
that
that's
right
gonna
there
all
would be
pass
applied.
through the. Why would you want that though to pass through the fiber?
Well, you
I guess
can.
time
You don't
alignment
have to
won't
turn it
really-
on.
Time alignment
Oh,
won't work.
time
pass.
alignment. No,
EQ
sorry,
will,
that's your
though.
amplified outputs.
Maybe they're thinking no, cause okay. Yeah, you're going to a DSP, so really you wouldn't want it to pass through this anyways. That would be silly.
Time aligned 2 channels.
No,
But
well,
I
I'm
believe,
just
I believe the equalizer though does.
the equalizer you would
Yes,
totally want
it's just
because
shaping the sound.
yeah, well, because you'd use your DSP to fix, and then you'd use the basic EQ that's in this for the sizzle. That would be the global EQ to make things just
That's
sound a little
sizzle.
bit
On the fly control.
Yeah, it's like I'm listening to this. I want it to be louder. I want some more treble. I'm on my highs to tick. All right, passing through again. Oh, coming. I like. I'm gonna get a tick, 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 tick. All right, here we go. Coming through. Coming through. Coming through. All right,
That's awesome.
there goes Sue. Okay, need more cow.
Need more cow.
The bullfrog looks like a cowbell. I'll try one. Send me one. Okay, no, Jason. He works at Stereo Kings out in Oregon.
Gotcha.
So, all right, so we got a box full of stuff. So, all right, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about.
This is not the.
This is
model
this
of
is
the-
not this is just a
That's
make it
all
work.
one.
So this is
Yeah,
all
maybe.
beta test working. So if you're like wondering what a beta harness would look like,
Yeah.
notice there's
That's it.
butt connectors on there, and this is just straight up testing. So you got these cables that say not used. So these are the things that they hand off to him and go, hey man, go put this in a car and see
I
if this
actually
stuff
made this.
works. See, there you go.
See if you make
so
that
I just
work.
cut up a bunch of stuff and slap it together.
and see
basically.
if it works. So these are some of the steps. So we got lucky enough. You guys are seeing some of the stuff that you're never made to see. Like they don't want you guys to see this stuff because it can be embarrassing.
Those are the extension cables.
Hey, not to put too fine a point on it, but see this end? You know the
Would
USB.
you like that?
Do you know the USB
Yeah.
GM1?
Yeah.
Hey, it's got that same end, man. Hey, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
working
saying.
on that. Actually.
Just saying.
There you go.
I'm working
There was
on that.
another company that tried to pull that one on me and said, "Oh, it's plug and play." No, that's not plug and play, G. Oh yeah, they fixed it though.
Plug tape and play.
Plug and shrink wrap. Here we go. How can I get a job? You guys hiring? Is there any hiring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us your resume.
Yes. So work with the non-amplified Jeep JLs. No, it does not yet work with the. So there is going to be some criteria with if no kidding, right? So if they were to ever make an Amp Pro that could magically work at Chrysler, there would be some limitations because it would have to be built on a model that was capable of adding an amplifier from the factory. So it would have to have an 8-inch screen. The smaller little screens wouldn't work because there was never that was never available, according to I'm guessing.
Yeah. Maybe.
So if it was possibly a dream, it would only work on certain models that would have the bigger screen. Just weren't fortunate enough to get the just like the GM. The GM truck has to be an 8-inch screen.
There's a possibility if this did ever work, that some of the smaller screens might also work.
I know a guy that can test them.
Weird.
If you're thinking he's uncomfortable right now, he is, and I'm sorry, but I only get lucky enough to put him from a camera so much. All right, hold on, let's see what this guy is. All right, so let's go back here. I have a 2016 GMC Sierra with
Seats will not vibrate.
and the seats will not vibrate with the front bumper sensor and the lane assist yet. The rear sensors and the brake warning do. Is there going to be an update later? Have you heard of this problem?
Have you
We
heard of
don't
that,
do
Drew?
anything with
I have
those.
not.
That might not be that thing. I was going to say, because I know
Yeah.
we've put it in the trucks that have those, and it hasn't been an issue. So that might not be the Amp Pro.
It should only be audio related.
Because it's a T-harness.
tones and-
Yeah, the seats should still vibrate. if you're worried about it, Jesus.
That's fine.
I would, there again, anytime you're worried or suspect the product, you unplug the product, put it back to factory, see if the factory works. If the factory doesn't work, then you know it's not the product. Take the product out, take it back to the dealer, have the dealer fix it, put the product back in. It's a GM. They're not a perfect thing. It just happens. I was talking with Ada, Ada,
Yep.
the other day, and he had put up a post about they had done a GM 3 years ago, used a competitor's product to integrate in their version of an Amp Pro, and the screen died. So he went back to the dealer. Yeah, he went back to the dealer, and the dealer was like, "Nope, it's that." Well, that product's been in there for 3 years, and there was never an issue.
Right.
Do a quick Google search. Sure enough, there's an issue with the screen. There's a recall. The dealer was a jerk.
Yep. Blame it on the aftermarket.
Blame it on the aftermarket. Now, there again, not saying that in your case, if you hooked it up and then it never worked, or it didn't work after you hooked it up, definitely put it back to factory, see if it works. And that
I mean, it's a T-harness, right? So you can just take those connections, plug them back in. Your audio system isn't going to play, obviously, but all the other systems you should be able to test.
If you use the APH GMO2 harness also, that'll just plug right in also.
Yeah, I love that harness.
Speaker harness.
So the fiber optic is, the question that was just popped up is the fiber optic is volume controlled, so it doesn't matter whose DSP it goes into, you'll still have volume control for it, correct?
Yeah.
So you don't have, even though they would love you to use the Phoenix Gold, if you are going into an audio controlled DMA10, then yes, you will be able to
Roll the knob.
roll the knob. Roll the knob! Why, well, I mean, after all, I'm sure that was an argument at some point. Why put a knob on something if it's not going to work right? Yeah? Yeah?
Sure.
Sure? No? I don't know. You weren't involved in
Tossing's
that.
been variable for a while.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk to Alpine. They haven't figured it out yet. Why did I do that? Oh, this mouse is going to kill me. All right, so here we go. Has Amp Global ever considered making factory replacement enclosures for Harman like the Toyota Avalon Powerbase doesn't make them for cars?
We used to a while back, right?
No.
Once or
not
twice,
really.
maybe.
Sorry. Yeah, integrated Phoenix Gold integrated series we did for Camaro. Remember that?
Yeah, it's in my attic. You gave me
There
the
you go.
prototype.
Yep.
I saw it the other day when I was getting
but
Easter
that
eggs
was-
down.
That was about it. Yeah, we are not doing anything custom with enclosures right now. Rear reverse camera. Working sometimes. No, haven't heard that. That's pretty
So,
solid.
Okay, so there is a tech support line that you can call, and the nice thing about tech support line is you don't know the tech number off. Do you want to have the number off?
727-592-5991.
Whether you're a consumer or dealer, it really doesn't matter. They will ask you. But the thing of it is once you call that, any question that you have gets logged into the computer. Ernie, who's been on the show before, has done an amazing job revamping the whole tech support department. So now any problem that gets called in gets logged in and is actually searchable so they can figure out if those problems have happened before or if there's people calling with those problems. So if you have these problems, by all means, call the tech support line and ask. If anything, they can give you a call back if they do figure out something. If they get, like, they say, hey, we've had 10 of these things, then what's going to happen is they're going to give that product to him. He's going to go out to a dealership and try to replicate that problem and figure out what the heck is going on.
You can
can
call,
also
text, email.
Thank you.
Yes.
whatever
Chat.
you
Get
want.
callbacks,
You
chat.
can chat
So,
from our website.
yeah. So definitely, if you're having issues with anything, whether it's PAC or anyone, contact them and let them know, because believe it or not, sometimes these things can go by for a while before anyone notices it. There was an issue with a competitor with steering wheel controls on a Kenwood, answering the phone. Because Kenwood does two things. They have answer and they have off hook. So they have two basically removing the phones. Well, the other company didn't realize that. So apparently no one had, in the year and a half since the product had been out, no one had actually programmed it right to where in CarPlay it would answer the phone. Everyone was just hitting the screen. Even the rep was like,
Gotcha.
I've always just hit the screen.
Yeah.
I never even hit the button on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Well, it had been a year and a half before anyone bothered to call them and say, hey, what the hell is going on here? And them go, oh, and then them call me back and say, we're sorry, we screwed up. And we go, hey, it happens, fix it. So if they're not psychic is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
You know, we all like to, they have
if you have a problem, we would love to know about it.
Yes. Universal elevate with knobs on the bottom. So, okay, yes. All right, so as we know, this is a first-gen product, and it says Sirius right here. That's going away, okay? You will be able, if you notice the Camaro kit, knobs are on the bottom.
Now you can flip it, and the icons don't care about the orientation.
It's called iconography. Thank you, Haley. That was a fun night. They're sitting there, and Nathan goes, yeah, we have this iconography, so you can put it any way you want. And Haley goes, I just learned that word in college. And I was like, woohoo. And Nathan probably just learned that word last week.
Yeah, thanks.
So, yes, the whole idea behind the Elevate is that it will be able to go either way depending on whatever kit or whatever look you're going for. If you want the buttons on top, fine. If you want the buttons on the bottom, fine. Going forward, that is going to be the way it is going to work.
Yep.
The one that they sent me, which is this one, yeah, it has the Sirius XM on here. That's going to go away. When we review it, you know, we might hit on that topic.
Still going to have Sirius XM.
Yes, it's still, yeah.
The text on it.
We hope.
Well, it'll be Sirius XM ready.
Yes, you'll be able to use the SVX 300 add-on tuner. There was it's a cable. It's a cable that plugs in. So if you don't want it, you have to plug the cable in. I was told it would work. Oh, Mazda 3.
We need to make a kit for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if
Well, they make a single din, and then the other guys make a double din kit for an Alpine to go in there. So yeah, it would work. Yeah, that would work. Because the Alpine is the L shape. Yeah, but because Alpine, the L-shaped Alpine radio, you could probably get this to work that kit that they make already, that the other company makes. Yeah, it would work. You could manhandle a little bit.
Customize it too,
because, all right, so check this out.
We also have, for the dealers out there, we also have a router template available, limited quantities, but and I know a lot of shops will make their own, but
that's a pain in the butt. All right, so this is the actual mount for the unit. So it sits like this, and it does come with a a wedge to do 8 degrees.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 8. Well, it says 8.
It's
It's in the instruction
Aim
manual.
it
I read
towards
the
the driver,
instruction manual. But
basically.
anyways, yeah, it'll aim it towards the driver a little bit. But this is the mount here. So, you know, you just need, remember, you don't have to, the brain, I don't remember, the brain doesn't need to be anywhere near this. You just need to be able to put this into something to screw it in.
Can you grab the brain out of the box, Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So it comes with, you know, a foot and a half. Here, hold these for a second. Let me grab the actual cable. I have it sitting over here. So this is the cable that it comes with. So you can mount that brain this far away, and if this isn't long enough, like we said, they make an expansion cable, so if you need to put it somewhere else, you can. So if you have that Mazda or any other car that has the floating screen radio, there you go.
Yep, single din possible.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And if,
that's another kit.
If this is too much depth for you, you can just
Whack
cut
it.
that off.
You can whack it off. Oh, cut it. Yeah, we'll go cut
So,
it.
yeah, so if you have a double din kit, a car that accepts a double din,
Yes.
you use any standard double din
Goes on
kit,
top.
that's, well, you could do it either way,
According
depending
to the
on your,
instructions.
I know,
I'm
but if you
joking.
need to, if you need to offset high, you could do it that way. You need to offset low, you can do that. You can also offset the mount, I believe.
This mount?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you can do that by
You can aim
flipping
it
this
up
over.
or down.
Yeah.
So you can offset low this way and offset high that way. And then angle is adjustable this way. And then you drive the screw
You
in
can
there.
also
Sorry.
raise the height and the height of the screen.
Yeah.
Also.
Through these slots, right? When
Yes,
you mount it
that's
to,
right.
to the display.
So up, down, forward, back,
And then a wedge to the
to the
side.
left, to the right.
And when you install it, that's how this comes off. So it's spring loaded. It's a really cool design. So when you get everything mounted and you want to pop the display on, you plug it in and then you
You pull down on the screen
Yeah.
and then
push it on.
angle it away from it.
And it has an accordion boot that
If
goes
you need
around.
it, yeah.
If you're worried about it.
Most
don't have to
installs
put
you can
the-
slide it deep enough to where you really can't see the mount anyway, but if you have an application where you need it to come out further,
That's
you
a
can
good
use
question.
the boot.
Well,
You don't need to use the accordion boot.
Yeah, you don't need to. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think your customers will be able to get it off if they really want to. You still have to unplug the two cables, so you would have to unplug They would have to be smart enough to unplug these two. So I don't know if I'd use it as a selling point per se, but if you have that one dude that's like real worried about his stuff getting stolen, you'd be like, yeah. Can a Toyota 360 cam be retained? Yes. Yes, it can. I know that other company can, so.
Yeah. When we do a kit for this
Yes.
radio, we will retain all of those features. I mean, right now we don't have an integrated kit or anything.
Yeah, you don't. Right.
But another thing that we have coming
Sorry.
is a mount. It's a kit that you'll be able to buy if you only have a single DIN location, like an ISO single DIN.
Okay.
It's going to put the mount directly on the chassis of the radio.
Okay.
Kind of like the Halo, right?
All right.
So that gives you additional mounting options. So that's coming.
All right. I have
Lots
a
of
problem with
stuff.
my Pro 4 F-150. My laptop cannot connect. There again. Give them a. Let's go back here. But we'll populate the field for adjustments. The app says connected. I didn't install the optical just recently.
You have to have it connected to the vehicle still with your laptop plugged into it.
Okay.
We have
So
to see the data.
give that a try. And I tell you what, that brings us to the magic cutoff time. We've been. I told you it was gonna go quick. You were worried about it.
I felt like it went quick.
It goes real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, even though we had a little bit of problem there in the beginning, we hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for bringing out your super top secret fun stuff. I hope this answers the questions on the Elevate that you guys have been asking us and we didn't have the answers for. Why not get the source? That new Camaro kit, this is gonna be hot. This is hot. If you have the older Camaro and you didn't get the cool one because you didn't have the knobs and you have that ugly dash still, now your prayers have been answered. You can get the kit and it'll have the knobs built into it so you can update your car. You don't have to worry about it. If you've broken one of your knobs, they're interchangeable with the factory, so that's cool. The F-150 kit for the 8-inch, because that F-150 sounds terrible, you'll be able to replace that radio soon. We're still 2 months?
Like July.
Okay, we're still we're in the first quarter, second quarter, end of second quarter, we'll have that guy out. So fun there. And there's lots of stuff in the works that they're not going to talk to me about because, well, as you can tell from watching this, I just can't keep my mouth shut. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. D&F Tool Drawer is a place you can go find all the cool tools we use to do the installs we do. Patreon, if you want to support the show. You get a video podcast, 2 a month, and you guys are thinking you only gave us one this month. No, I'm going to get you one out before the end of the month, so you will get your 2 videos. Awesome there. Teespring/store/5 stars, a place you can get cool 5-star t-shirts. There's a bunch of them there to choose
I
from.
don't have a 5-star t-shirt.
We have a box over there, relax. Show's not over yet. Back to folding laundry. Yeah, that's everything. Have a safe weekend. Be smart. Uber, Lyft, they're cheap. Use them. Don't do anything silly so that we can see you back here Monday on Facebook for the Facebook Live Q&A show, as well as this week, Thursday, we're going to have Justin from Directed on with our special alarm show where we'll be giving away some free t-shirts and fun stuff like that. Don't worry. The the polarity checkers, you're going to be getting, we have 2 going out this week. We have one for Facebook, like we said, and then we're going to go ahead and give one to the YouTube guys as well. You'll be getting an email from me sometime late tonight when I get home. I don't have the names yet. They're written down. I didn't bring them. They're on my phone, and my phone is doing the show, so it happens. It's one of those days, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you guys so much again for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you Monday. Bye.